This is our new project, and it is a baby changing table made by Childcraft. It is in excellent condition, clean as a pin. Not a great deal to do to it before we paint it. We are going to clean it really well, give it a good scrub down, and then we will scuff sand it and see what we're going to do to it. The reason that you clean before you actually scuff sand is that if there is dirt, oils from fingertips, from opening drawers and so forth, if you scuff sand, you're gonna push that dirt down into those fibers. I know it seems counterintuitive to clean before you sand when you're just gonna be making sanding dust, but that keeps you from having adherence problems later if you were to have some sort of chemical or oil or just fingertip oils. You're just going to push them down into those fibers. So that's why you clean before you actually scuff sand, so that you're sure that you don't have any problems later. Now that we've got this unit clean, I'm going to try and remove the front panel on this drawer. I don't like this design. It just looks dated to me. I would rather have just a flat front drawer. I think I can do more with it. I've already checked to see, and I do believe it's 2 pieces, so let's see what we can do with it. Oop. Might need a little bit more persuasion. Basically, we need a bigger hammer. Let's turn y'all around here where you can get a good look, because I want y'all to see when I mess it up. Oop. We're getting somewhere. Ease on down here. Because everybody does furniture with a crowbar, don't they? Yeah. This is coming off easier than I thought it would. There we go. Yeah, flat front drawer. Now what we're left with is these little nails, and now I gotta see if I can get those to come out, but they don't have heads on them. They're like just little, I don't know. Let's see what I can do with those. All right, let's see if they'll come out as easily. I bet not. Ah, I see. Okay, so they've done them all the way through from the back into that panel, and then just countersunk them. Well, it's too late to go backward now, so I've got to find a way to get them out. I don't want to bang them in, because if I do, then they'll be sticking out on the inside of the drawer, so we can't do that. Oh, well, this might take some time. I'm just going to keep working until I get them all out. They're that long. I'm pretty sure I had some that didn't want to come out, like this one and this one. Now, I don't have a punch that small or a tool that small, so I'm going to try to use one of the nails to get that to go through just enough for me to be able to grab it. But I don't know if it's going to work or not, so guess we will find out. Let's try it this way. Oh, that worked. I can feel it on the other side. Persistence. Yay, we did it. I can feel it, so that means I can get it out. There we go. All right, so the front's off. We've got all the little nails out. We can just sand this down now. So we filled the drawer holes with Bondo. because I think I'm going to change the hardware on this. It just doesn't seem very baby to me. So we're going to change that out and we're going to get this thing painted. We got the piece off of the front, and this is that drawer. And I sanded off the glue and went ahead and filled all the little holes from where the decorative piece was on. I think it looks much better without that, and now it'll match the other 3 drawers as well. This little hole here, I have investigated it, and it is not original to the piece. I'm not sure what that's for, but I'm gonna have to do something with that, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna prime it, and then we'll worry about that in a bit. All right, I already started priming this side with the Ben's shellac base primer, and I just roll it on with a flock roller from Wiz, and it does really, really well. I'm not seeing any bleed through, but I'd rather not take any chances. They have this in a spray as well, but that can be quite costly. And when you're doing furniture for resale, it's quite important to know what that piece is going to sell for and how much you want to put into it to make it cost effective. So you kind of have to do a cost analysis before you ever start a piece to know whether you're going to, you know, be able to put the money into it to make it worth selling. And you should do that with any piece that you're going to do, whether it's for you or whether it's for resale. Sometimes if you're doing a piece for yourself, it's good to do a cost analysis as well, because is it possible that you could buy that piece for less than what you're going to have to put into it to turn it into what you want? I'm going to get on with priming the rest of this. It's not very exciting coverage. So, and then we will catch up with each other on the next step. I've got a line here that I started to fill with Bondo, but then changed my mind, but now I've changed my mind again. And I don't like it. So I am going to show you how I take that out. We've already primed this piece, but that's okay. I can still work with this. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to get our caulking gun. And we're just going to squeeze a bit of caulk in there. I started filling this yesterday and thought, no, there's probably some people who have the same problem and would like to know how to fill that gap or a similar gap. Anywhere that there's a bit that you think needs to be filled to make a piece look a bit more finished. And I'm just going to take my Bondo spreader and I'm just going to go across it and just smooth that filler in there. Kind of pressing it into the gap. This dries fairly quickly, not as quick as Bondo. And you want to use the paintable caulk, not silicone caulk like you would use on a bathtub. You want to use paintable caulk. I could go back with Bondo just as easily, but I use a lot of Bondo, and I just wanted to show a different way that you can fill a hole if you don't have Bondo, or to fill a gap, not really a hole. Put just another application of it on, kind of overfilling. The thing about caulk is it does shrink, unlike Bondo. So that's why I prefer to use Bondo usually when I'm doing things like this, because Bondo does not shrink. and therefore usually you can get away with just doing one application rather than multiple applications of it. But you can use this if this is what you have. You could also do the same thing with joint compound. So don't be afraid to use those tricks on pieces like this. As long as it's not a huge hole that you're trying to fill, you'll probably do just fine. While we're waiting on that caulk to dry, we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint the drawers. Usually I don't show us painting white. So many furniture painters do white and do too much white. But this is a baby changing table, and white seems to be the favored color for baby rooms. Sometimes you just have to do what the people want. And in a baby's room, I think they prefer white. Totally understandable. So we are going to paint these drawers. I've already done one off camera, and I'm rolling them. And it'll come out just as smooth. They're already primed, so we're just going to give them a quick coat of white. Then we're going to do something else on the fronts. It's not going to be just your typical white paint job. I'm using the Wiz velour or flock roller. I can't remember which is on here, but I really cannot tell much difference in the two as far as the paint going on. Either one will work just fine. You can get them on Amazon. I also pick them up in Lowe's. So, and to be quite honest, when I roll with these, there is not a great difference in my rolled finish versus my sprayed finish. This would be a great roller if you were painting cabinetry. If you didn't have a sprayer to do it, say you wanted to paint your kitchen cabinets or pieces of furniture, these are fantastic. They will give you a nice smooth finish. When you use them though, don't put any pressure on them. Just lay it down there and just pull. There's no need to push down. That's where you end up with roller marks. Same thing, no matter what paint. If you're using these rollers, there's no need to push down with them. Just let the roller do the work. Your wrists will thank you for it, and your pieces will come out without those brush lines or the roller lines. Now, if I push down, see this line? So don't push down. Let the nap do the work. All you have to do is make sure that you've got paint on it. The more that you push down with a roller, the more roller marks you will have. But this just ensures that you have equal pressure. That way you don't end up with those roller marks. Hope that helps. If you find things in the videos helpful, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Give us a comment. And we really do appreciate if you watch the ads, that's great. If you don't have the time, we understand. But all of that helps to support the channel and helps us to bring out more videos. Now that we have our drawers all painted on this piece, what we're going to do, I've taped them together to keep them nice and tight. And we're going to put a stencil on here. I'm just going to line it up to where it starts pretty much on the edges. I have put some spray adhesive on this. Sometimes I'm not very good about doing that, but this time I actually did it before I started. I know, so unlike me. Okay, we're going to get our glass bead gel. Okay, so now we're just going to be sure that we mix up the glass bead gel nice so that all the beads are actually in the product and not laying on the bottom. We're just going to start putting that on. Just want to be sure that you fill in all those little gaps. Just remember, if you get it somewhere that you don't want it, say like in between where your drawers start and stop, once you're done and you pull this up, you can just remove that. Just with a wet cloth, paper towel, whatever, and then it'll be fine. Once I get the gel on there, I like using a Bondo spreader to get it pretty even. That way I know that my design is going to be about the same depth all the way across. Okay, we'll pull our stencil off now. Oh, gonna look pretty. All right, we'll just let that dry. Now, when you get ready to clean your stencils, and you need to clean them every single time you use them. When you get ready to clean them, do not wash this down your sinks. You want to clean this off outside so that you do not end up with these little glass beads in your plumbing, or it's not gonna be good. All right, I'm gonna go clean this off, and we'll come back and we'll do the rest whenever it dries. So we got our raised stencil done. It looks fantastic, absolutely amazing. Doesn't feel too rough. So we're about to get that top coated. All 3 drawers. I don't want this to be too much, so we're just going to leave the rest of it white, but I think that monotone looks quite nice. So it is not perfect, but that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted it to look like it's been there for quite some time. Ordered new knobs for it, so they'll be here in a couple of days, and we're just going to go ahead and get this piece top coated. This is General Finishes top coat, and I like to do a 50-50 mix of the flat and gloss. It's not quite a semi-gloss. It's a little bit flatter than a semi-gloss. Kind of the same finish that you get on kitchen cabinets, and I quite like that look. It just works for me. I like it. But you may want a glossier or a flatter finish. Alright, this is not a big piece, so I don't think I need a great deal of top coat, so we're just going to go with that. Pop that back on. Now, I like to keep my hose quite tight to my cup, so I just spin that little top. And the reason that I do that is so that if I'm getting close to a piece, then I don't have my hose touch it. It is that quick to do one coat of top coat with my sprayer. What we do is we let that dry, we'll come back, we'll do another, probably 2 passes. I like to do them nice and thin, no runs, and then it's done. Okay, off camera, very crudely with a chisel, I cut this piece down very crudely. And those two attached together give me the shape and the measurement that I need to make this work, I believe. But I'm going to have to find a way to put them together and get them adhesed in there. I think I'm going to go to Alex's shop. He has something that will work. And it is CA glue. And one is a glue, the other is an activator. And it's pretty much an instant glue. But it's not excessively strong. It's not something that you would want to use to glue something that isn't going to have any more support. But this is never going to get touched. So just put the glue on one side and a little activator on the other. And then when you touch them together, they'll stick. Just like that. It loves to get stuck. It doesn't want to come out. There we go. Okay. Same thing. Glue on one side, spray on the other. Put it in there. Squish it down. Oh. Oops. Oh well, that'll be all right. Okay, and that just takes up some of the space so we don't have to put as much filler in. So that's how we're going to do that. We Bondoed it, primed it, we've put one coat of paint on it, and pretty soon it will be like it was never there. Okay, so we have the baby changing table finished and it looks fabulous. The raised stencil came out absolutely beautiful. The glass bead gel that I used on this piece are actually a DIY glass bead gel. And if you want to see how I did that, we will be doing a future video on how to make your own glass bead gel. It's just to put it into this video would have made it entirely too long. So we're gonna make another video on how to do that. So be sure that you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss that. Got some lovely crystal knobs, and this piece is all finished and beautiful and will look stunning in a baby's room or even a TV stand, bookshelf, anything that needs to be stored would be perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the future videos.